And that's what it's all about. That's what the program is all about. What I'm talking about now is basically reversing what has been done to us. Because this force in the background, deep in the shadows, it understands how all this works. The prime minister of this country or that country won't necessarily understand, probably won't understand, probably hasn't got a clue. But where it's all coming from understands that if you can create the feedback loop, they got you. And that's what they're doing. The low vibrational perception equals a low vibrational feedback loop equals a low vibrational human society. And we're running around trying to change it when we can't change it unless the feedback loop changes. So this is why they're trying to hold us in this program perceptual state, to hold us in the feedback loop, which is the world that we keep going round and round and round in. Once that is removed, that perceptual prison is removed, and we become self-identified with pure awareness, having an experience, everything changes. People talk about seeking enlightenment. Waste of time. What's anyone seeking enlightenment for? We are enlightened. We are all that is has been and ever can be. I'm more enlightened to it's what I want to be. It's not about becoming enlightened. It's about removing the perceptual programs that hold our five sense awareness in perceptual servitude to those programs and disconnect us from the true self, which is enlightenment. And it's removing these, like they are like onion skins of programming and perception. That's what's holding us in servitude. It's no good seeking enlightenment. We are enlightened. Get rid of that and we become enlightened, which is why I put this picture up of a sluice gate. When you put the sluice gate down and you stop the river fly, which is like these onion skins of programming holding out the true self to have a perceptual influence on the five sense self. When you open the sluice gate again, you don't have to go through the sluice gate and shout the river and tell the river, I've opened the sluice gate now, you can come in again. No. Open the sluice gate, whoosh! And this is what's happening. Our expanded awareness is pushing on these programs, these perceptual programs. It wants to get in. And some people will have a brief moment, a brief experience when they make that connection and they think, something happened to me today. I can't explain it. There was a brief connection and then it shut again. Once we start deleting these programs, and most of them are self-identity programs, how we self-identify, who is the I, what we identify the I as. We can get rid of them by saying, I am infinite awareness. These are just experiences. Then that allows enlightenment in. The enlightenment we always have been and always will be and forever will be. And then everything changes. My waters breaking happened on a mound in Peru. And for 3 months, I didn't know what my name is, where I was going, what was happening, nothing. I went on the television, I was interviewed in a mainstream big audience show, as you saw earlier. Right in the middle of that, I didn't know what was going on. Because as those programs were broken, those perceptual programs, the true self came in and so much information poured into my conscious mind that I just couldn't immediately process it. It was like pressing too many keys on the computer, as the video said right at the start. But after it had all settled down, took about 3 months of mayhem, I was looking through the same eyes, I weren't seeing the same world. Because my point of perception had changed, my point of observation has changed. And that's when I started saying these strange things, which have actually proved to be right as the years have come on. Not because I'm a genius or the Buddha sitting on a mountain, but because that is the way this perception presented this information to me. And anyone can do it. Anybody. Anybody can break these perceptual onion skins that are holding and stopping that happening. And that's what awakening is. It's not particularly waking up as removing the programs that are stopping that connection to the true self. What do I think, and why do I think and believe what I do. Where does it all come from? You look at religions and other perceptual programs. They're just off-the-peg belief systems which have been passed through the ages. What are we doing believing religions from so far back and rejecting so much evidence that there are other ways of looking at the world other than the religion, but we can't because the religion's got us. And there are so many religions. It's not just bricks and mortar and frock and mitre religions. Following a football team can be a religion. The religion of scientism, where the scientific orthodoxy is the holy book of the science religion. There's so many religions. And what are religions? They are rigid belief systems that repel all borders. And when we fall for them, there's the onion skins that are keeping us from expanded awareness of the true self. We need to let them go and start again with that blank sheet of paper and say, anything gets on there, he's got to earn its place this time through me. Not just going to put it on there because someone's told me. I'm going to decide what goes on there. Why do I do what I do? Why is everyone in such a frickin' rush? I must get there. Well, get where? Where? Why? People in a hurry, but to get where? Why? Why are we rushing? Oh, we got to do it. Who says? Who's deciding it? Who's driving this reaction society that we live in? I went to Hong Kong once. It was like someone had shouted fire 20 years ago and they're still running. What? Where are they running to? Why are there so many buses and trams? Where are they all going? Why are we chasing this carrot? Who put the carrot there? Who decided what the carrot should be? Oh yeah, I've got to do this. Who said? We need to reevaluate what we want to do. Not what we are expected to do, not what our parents expect us to do, not what society expects us to do, not what our boss expects us to do. What do I want to do with my life? What do I, unique expression of all that is, want to do with my life? Because I'm going to decide that. And because I know, when I say I mean all of us, because I know that my perception is interacting with the probability and possibility quantum field and creating a feedback loop, I don't have to sit there thinking, I can't do this because I haven't got the money. I can't do this because of this. I can't do this because of that. If you go into a perceptual state of knowing, not thinking, not hoping, knowing that when you go for what you want to do, rather than what society is telling you to do, you will, because of that knowing, that perception, you will make that connection with possibility and probability, and you will manifest everything you need to do what you want to do. That is self-creation. That is what we are supposed to be doing. Instead, we don't do that because we think of the material world and think, well, I can't do that because this stops me, that stops me. That perception of I can't do that because this stops me creates a feedback loop with possibility and probability, which manifests as a life in which that stops you. It's just a self-fulfilling prophecy. We need to understand the true power that we have to manifest our own reality once we understand how we're doing it. And then we cannot be controlled. We cannot be controlled because we are doing the controlling, doing the manifesting. People have said to me, how are you still alive? And I say, because they can't do anything other than leave me alive. Because if I will not allow that into my perception of possibility, it cannot manifest in the world of experience. Thus, they can't take me out. They do not have the power. I have that power because I know who I am and who we all are. No more. What you find when you go into this mode of knowing where the power is, knowing your power is is people try to do this to you and try to do that to you, and they think they've won and they punch the air, and then suddenly something comes up which makes it all right, which makes it happen against all the odds. Oh, how did that happen? That's how it happened. Feedback loop. I manifested it. The people around me manifested it because they knew their power, that they were controlling their lives, not some external force. This external force controls our lives because it has persuaded us through the heading of authority that authority has more power than we do. No, it doesn't. We have total power over our lives. We just need to take it back by understanding where it comes from.